Okay. It is almost September 1st. I mean, Michelle and
What
I were just
happened?
going, what's happening? This is crazy. So we thought, let's do something that's for fall. And this was actually a project we were going to show you last Monday, but
Whoops.
So anyway, we
Life
thought
happens.
we're still doing Maker Monday. It's just a little bit more in the afternoon. So we're going to turn this around, and guess what? I'm going to show you. Let me walk around the table before I'm like hiding. Sneak peek. So all around the camera, the whole 9 yards. This is really bad, but. If you haven't seen the stencils that we've got, of course, we've got the bundle right now on the website. Hey, Angie, we've got the bundle on the website that has got these two adorable Halloween stencils that you have got to get so you can start making stuff with that. But then, guys, we just got some really adorable stencils that are all about fall. I mean, like, oh my gourd, I love fall. Is that the best? So, and then of course, leftovers are for losers. Quitters, excuse me. We should have done one that was leftovers are from losers, but quitters, we're not going to quit. Anyway, but let me turn this around. So we were working on something and it's really, really cute. So I'm going to walk around here and Michelle's going to show you one part of it. And I'm going to show you another part of it. So let me turn this around. So cutie patootie, Michelle's over here.
Hi, sweet friends.
And this is a board that I had found like an estate sale.
Yeah.
And so look how cute this is. So to the left of it, Michelle created this adorable design. She's going to show you on the right how she did it. But look at this. What a cute table setting is this. Here's another thing that we want y'all to remember. These all don't have to be identical.
Absolutely not.
You can go to IKEA and get cutting boards. Everybody could have a cutting board that was different. You can also get tree trunks if your husband's really handy dandy.
Absolutely.
With tree trunks. So Michelle, just let everybody see your cute face. All right. So we're going to take our plate off because we're going to talk about this in a minute when I get ready to do this part. So Michelle, walk us through as far as working on this wood. What did you do?
Okay, so I use the, we have the berries and branches 1 and 2. This one is 2. And I loved this little, I just loved the berry and branch.
Yeah,
thought
I
it
do
was very
too.
fall.
So cute.
And you could do what you wanted with it. So what I did is I laid it in this way on one side. And then on the other side, I actually flipped it the other direction.
So that way you've got like a mirror image.
Absolutely.
Love
and
that.
it's just slightly different, but I like just the slightly different. So my plate's here. And if you needed, like we only had a little plate when I made this. If you have a bigger plate, you can go bigger.
So is that
See, I
making
wanted
sense,
to
everybody?
frame
So whatever
my plate.
size your plate is, depending on if you use the chopwood tree trunks,
Absolutely.
which could be really cute charger, but all your chargers don't have to be the same size.
Yeah.
This wood piece that we're working on can actually be your charger.
Absolutely.
So this was the size of her plate, but you can make it bigger is what she's saying.
Exactly. But that's how I measured it. That's how I figured out where I wanted them to be placed because I want them to frame my plate. So that helps me. I'm going to lay this down. And what I used when I was working on this is chalk art because I don't want it to be permanent.
Yeah.
I just want it for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So I've got our slow as molasses. I have our metallic copper. I have our summer melon. And I have our hey y'all, or wait, what is it? Hey good looking. I was going to say hey y'all, but it is hey good looking.
Hey, good looking. You tell Jeff that all the
Hey, good
time,
looking.
right?
I do.
Jeff is her boyfriend.
I do.
All right.
All right, so my first layer was brown. And
Let me go around here. I want to show y'all what we're doing. So this is what it's going to look like. So a lot of times, a lot of people don't think about mixing, and that's
Right.
really, really important.
And I am mixing all of the green, orange, and brown. You're going to see me do it kind of simultaneously. Then I peeled it off and I let it dry, and I came back and did the copper because I wanted the brown under it, and the brown being wet and the copper being wet, they blended together, so I didn't get the pop I wanted.
Yeah.
And I want to pop, y'all. Okay, so we are going to work on our normal. So I want my branches, of course, to be brown because they're brown. That's what color they are. And then I just kind of worked into my leaves because I want a little bit of dark
Just a little.
base to blend in.
This is more about blending. And hey guys, as you're popping on here, tell us who you are, tell us where you're coming from, sprinkles, give us some love. Of course, you want to share. It's okay to share these, especially with your creative friends. And it's like, let's get together and do this. This would be so fun. Now, I also want to make sure everybody's seeing the colors that we're working
yes,
with.
summer melon here.
This is summer melon, and the gorgeous brown that we worked with is slow as molasses.
Okay, so I'm gonna, you know what, I'm gonna wipe this off with my finger, and I'm just gonna use this other corner in case I wanna blend some of this brown with this orange to get the design that I want. So just a tiny, I probably got way more than I need, didn't I, Amy? And
So it's all about blending.
Dab that in
And these
there.
are wet, guys. This didn't completely
Yeah,
dry.
I don't want it to dry. I don't want it to dry in my stencil, and I don't want it to dry
Hey,
here.
Jennifer. Hey, Ada.
'Cause
Hey,
what
LaDonna. Hey,
happens-
Fran. Hey, Judy.
What happens if it dries
Hey,
on my
Joanne.
stencil, y'all? When I peel my stencil off, what does it do? Anybody? Anybody?
What happens when it dries? Let's show them. Let's show them this next color and what we're doing.
Okay, so this is, hey, good looking.
This is what we call Jeff. This is her boyfriend.
right.
I call Jean hey good looking.
You
All right.
name half of these after Jean. Let's be honest, Amy. Come on.
These are still wet, guys. What Michelle is doing is still wet.
I'm blending in some green.
So it's all about blending, getting an ombre effect.
Okay, and I may have taken off a little bit too much orange in that one.
So start with your darkest color first.
Yeah, because you want a base. You want something on there to kind of...
So see over here, this is the side that's already dry. This was your base first. So lay your base color in first, and then you start blending.
So when I start peeling, do you guys see how those colors are together?
Woohoo!
And as they dry, they lighten up. So they're not going to stay. They'll be a little bit more pronounced once I get them done. So then we would let this dry, and then we're going to come back over it. I'm going to lay the stencil back down, and I would put the copper over the berries. The way you do that is you just line them back up through the stencil. Do you see how you can see that through the mesh?
Yes.
Here, Amy, go up further right here so they can see that. There we go, right there. Do you see how you can, when I move this, you can see that brown under there? That's exactly what I would do with this to line these back up and then put the copper over them. So we can do that in a minute.
Love that, Michelle. Okay, so we're going to talk really quickly now. This was done with chalk art.
Chalk art.
And the whole reason we're doing chalk art is why?
It is not permanent. Y'all, we got Christmas coming. You can't be stuck with everything Thanksgiving.
So we can take this same charger that we're doing, and then this becomes, we could have this for Halloween if we want to.
Absolutely.
Wipe these off, and then that way we're going to have something for Christmas. So the idea of having wood chargers, tree trunks, all that type of thing. I want to show you what I got in an estate sale. These are actually hand woven round bamboo.
raffia.
Can you see it? They're like a raffia. I just am in love with them.
They're great.
I'm in love with them.
And it's a deep weave.
Yes, and it's real deep. So it would be adorable to be able to put my plates on. So I've got the plate here like this. This is what we wanted to be able to talk to you about now. So Michelle's going to let that dry for a minute, and then she's going to show you as far as coming back to be able to put the copper on top of it. All right, so I'm going to turn these around because I'm going to hand the camera to Michelle. And so, but this is what I want you to look at. Now, guys, there's been a little bit of confusion on this, and rightly so. So I want to explain this. These are, if you bought the ceramic paints while they were on sale, you bought the ones that have to be baked.
Right.
The instructions on the back say no bake if you bought, but they were wrong. And that's why you got an email that said these have been messed up by our toll manufacturer. The ones that we are shipping now, they are no bake, all the
Right.
new ones. So you don't want to mix the bake with the no bake. Only use these that are no bake. So we've got black, we've got Always a Bridesmaid, dark chocolate latte, angel wings, green with envy, you are the water to my ocean, tally ho, smoke gets in your eyes, and hot and spicy. So,
Wow. I also call Jeff that.
you call Jeff hot and spicy. Okay. All right. So this is killing me. All right. So if you're not in, I want to tell y'all.
Oh, no.
If you're not in our Proverbs 31 Bible study group, It's a closed group. What has been said in our Proverbs 31 Bible study group stays in our Bible study group. But we talk a lot about texting our husbands and prayer text and that type thing. We can text them anything we want. But anyway, keep the spice going. So anyway, hot and spicy. Just love that. All right. So that was my plug to join our Bible study. It doesn't cost anything. It's free. We do it on Tuesday nights. So anyway, let me get back to Maker Monday. All right. So I'm going to turn this around. So Michelle, I'm going to hand you the camera. So the two things that we're going to be working with these two colors. One dark chocolate latte and angel wings.
Which way?
This is what this is.
If you guys can tell, I'm going to turn it this way to the light.
Really kind of helps, doesn't it?
We use the dark brown or just the regular latte for the leaf. And then I blended in white to make it's where it's monochromatic. It's the same family of colors.
Yes.
But it's just enough different that it pops that word out.
Fun, fun, fun. Love that, love that, love that.
Blending, blending, blending.
All right, so we're just going to you can do a spreader. Oh, Amy.
We just talked about this.
Gosh. See?
I'm going to put the camera up on her sweet face so that you don't see her cleaning up the mess. But honestly, Amy and I were just talking about this because I had a little faux pas when I was creating and it went under. You're laughing at us. Thank you, friends. It went up under the stencil, and I was like, Amy, I'm struggling today. So I pulled the stencil off, and then I was basically reworking the paint by hand. And she was like, isn't it good we can just wipe it off? I'm like, yep,
Yes,
sure is.
So what I'm going to do is I am with the artist brush. This is one thing, when we are working with these new no-bake ceramic, guys, don't put it on too thick. A lot of people, they put it on way too thick. And I have noticed, I do like with these no-bakes to dry a couple of days. But see how I'm coming back and I'm making that thinner?
And we want to make sure it always goes through the mesh. We don't want it on top of the stencil because then we're not going to get adherence to our surface, and we need that.
Yes. So here's the great thing about these there's several new stencils. One with home, this one, you can mix them. So that way, let's say, if I don't want to have the word blessed here, like this one has thankful, don't fill that in. Just take that off. And then that way you can come back with the stencil that you've cut out.
Right.
And the thankful will go in the center. So you can change the words.
Yep.
On anything.
And why can we do that, Amy? Because you designed it that way.
Well, it's about options.
Absolutely.
We did that on a lot of our Christmas stencils as well.
And we want options.
All right. So.
Oh, she did way better than I did, y'all. No bleed for her. I had way too many bubbles.
Here's the thing. What I want you to do, see how I've got just a little bit of bleed over here? Now, just before that has a chance to set up, just take a wet rag and wipe it off. Okay?
Yay! Perfection.
Now, I will say there's something missing right here, but that's not going to bother me, to be quite honest with you. Now, here's the other thing. Michelle, bring them over here for just a minute.
All right.
With the ceramic paints that do not have to be baked, I really want you to get over to a sink and wash this quickly. I don't want it to dry in the mesh, so please don't do what I'm doing as far as making a complete mess, but I want you to clean it off. Go over to a sink, get it in a Tupperware container, and make sure that you just clean that off and then let it dry adhesive side up.
Yes,
Okay?
absolutely.
I'm making a complete mess.
It's
All right.
okay. We'll take care of it.
All right, so we're going to come back over here, and I'm going to take the stencil, thank you.
And Amy, should they be worried? Look at ours. Ours are kind of stained, aren't they? Is that a problem?
No, because, and here's the deal.
Not
it
a
is going to
problem.
stain it.
Absolutely.
We're not worried about it staining. Now, I will say this. I would like for this to dry just a few minutes.
Before you add that.
Yeah, but I don't have time because they're watching.
It does fit in there really nicely, though, where you don't have to bump it.
You want to make sure that you burnish it.
The ceramic paints are food safe, Sandy. We do not encourage you to put them in the dishwasher, though. Those are the two questions we get a lot. Because
Yes.
of what happens with our different dishwashers, and everybody's temperature settings are different, and
Yes.
then every different detergent may be more abrasive or whatever. We don't ever want to use a dishwasher because it's just going to kill the longevity of your paint.
Yeah. So, yes, hand wash it. Now, I'm taking my latte.
Well, I'm going the wrong direction. That doesn't help us. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. It's backwards for me.
And I'm going to mix a color.
And Amy's just using a spreader, y'all. They are very versatile. You can mix on them. You can play with them. You can cut them. They're a great tool to have.
A lot of times I just use plates.
Yes, me too.
Actually, I need a little bit larger surface. Hold on just a second. Let me
Marcia, you can usually use our stencils 8 to 10 times, sometimes 15. It just depends on how well you take care of them. So best longevity is how you care for the stencil. I'm going to let you guys watch Amy mix these paints just to get the color that she wants. Yeah, best longevity is how you wash it and care for it. You're going to wash it immediately. You're not going to use any kind of abrasive stuff, just water. Then you're going to leave it adhesive side up to dry. And then you can lay it back over its paper that it comes on and put it back in its sleeve or put it on in a Tupperware, whatever you want to do.
I will say this, and Michelle, you can go back over as far as showing. When you did the chalk art with this, you don't have to clean it after each time. You could do several chargers at one time.
True,
Just wipe
because
the
chalk
top of
art
it.
washes right out.
Right.
Absolutely.
All right, so basically what I've done, I have blended my color to be more monochromatic brown. You could come in, you can do this in black, you could do this in orange.
Absolutely.
I didn't thin it, all I did was mix the colors.
And it's so pretty, like that taupey browny gray. It's so pretty.
Yeah, and it's, all you're doing is just mixing. There's just a little bit of that right there. If I get some on here and I mess it up, I just wipe it off before it dries.
That's right.
But I really do recommend on these plates that you allow it to dry a couple of days, even with your mugs. And like we said, do not put these in the dishwasher. We prefer that you hand wash them. But you can go to the Dollar Tree, and since these are food safe, you can make mugs. I don't know if y'all have noticed, like the new Hero stencil that we have, you could make some t-shirts, you could make some mugs or whatever with the ceramic paint for people that are nurses and that are in
yeah.
your life. They would absolutely love that.
Yay, so pretty.
So that way, I do need to take this so that way I can go back. But look, guys, I need to wipe that off. But look, isn't that pretty?
So pretty. Love it.
All right, so Michelle, take us back to your,
Okay.
show us what we need to do as far as adding the copper.
Okay, sweet friends. So we're dry. Do you see how I can do this and I'm not taking it off? So I am dry enough to be able to put the stencil back over it. And what I'm going to do is I'm looking for my berries through my existing design because I want to line them back up. Did you see how I made that shift? And you can see them right there.
yes.
Boom, they line up.
Yes.
And I'm just going to lay it back down. You
Yeah.
could do it a little bit offset if you want to, and then you see more behind.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do a solid overlay. So I'm just going to kind of strategically do.
Hold on, let's
Okay.
just show everybody.
Metallic copper.
So metallic copper.
Is it not the prettiest thing you've ever seen?
It's so yum yum. Yum
It's
yum
like
yum.
one of my favorites. I would do everything in it. So I'm going to strategically do these edges. I like the kind of more.
And guys, if you're just now popping on here, please tell us who you are, where you're coming in from, and this has dried. We did a blending technique, but now we're coming back because the chocolate latte. I'm sorry. This is called Slow as Molasses because we're working with chalk art. This chocolate that we've just done, which is the removable one, it's not permanent. She just did the edges. Can y'all tell?
Because I don't want to completely cover it. I just want some little glimpses of
Pink. Don't you love that? It says
Metallic.
rotate your phone.
It doesn't want to play. There we
Yeah.
go. Look at that, guys. So it's just a tiny bit of it's like a kiss of metallic yumminess that gives it depth.
I'm just going to say this. She likes kiss. Kiss, like a kiss, because she's thinking about Jeff the whole time. We're talking about hot and spicy. We're talking about.
Hey, you're the one who kept saying I call him hey good looking. She just knows me.
No.
That's the problem.
No, my problem is, well, I named, y'all know that one of the most best-selling colors, and Amy Howard is what?
Good man is hard to find, and she is so right.
I
It's
named it
taken
after-
41 years.
Yeah, I named it after Jean, but she got her a man now. That's all that matters. Okay, all right, so Michelle, I'm going to turn this around.
Hot mess.
Hey, that's our next color, hot mess.
mess.
Hot mess. Okay, y'all heard it here.
It
So,
won't be brown though.
You're so bad. Okay, come on. Oh, I get it. Okay, I'm slow. All right, so now here's our plate. Now, we're not going to go into it today, but here Michelle had actually had fun. And these are things, guys, you know, here's the thing. You can give these as gifts. Like,
Absolutely.
I wouldn't let your gifts take your chargers home.
No, those are kind of pricey to let go of.
We're using this for Christmas.
Amen.
So that way, in working with the chalk art, you wipe it off, and then that way we're going to be able to show you what this can look like
Clear
for Christmas.
surface to do it
But
again.
Maybe we let them have a plate. It costs $1.
Right.
Or we've got some kits that we're going to be introducing on Maker Mondays that maybe I don't know, maybe you buy them a kit or something and they can have it. But she just made with the tea towels, you know, that we always do. Mm-hmm, she did
we
a
love 'em.
personalized. Look at that.
And it's the
that's-
same stencil I just used. So I didn't even use a different stencil.
Show
I
'em.
used
Let's
the
show
same
'em.
stencil. So I laid out this leaf here, and then I flipped it and used it this way.
Keep saying don't rotate phone. Hold on just a second. Okay, now.
So I used it one way, and then I used it the other way. And then what I did is, you can even see the staining still.
Yeah.
I used these two cute little pine cones right in the
Right
center.
in the center. So guys, and then of course we came back with our monogram stencil, so that way you can do everybody's monogram. So maybe Steven sits here, or maybe you've got one for Alice or whoever. It's just a really fun way about personalizing this. And somebody's saying, as far as you can use the stencils a lot more.
Absolutely.
So a lot of the issues that we run into is about how people kind of abuse them.
How they care for them.
And how they care for them. And then that way you have to clean them right after their usage, and then let them dry up.
Yeah,
Keep
you don't
fiber
wanna-
materials off the back.
Don't dry
So
them with a paper towel. Don't
No.
blow dry them.
No.
Don't.
they've got to be, if you let this dry upwards, you can use it a lot of times.
Over and over and
So,
over.
over and over. So they were concerned about you just saying about 10 times. You just want to be careful with it. And a lot of times, too, on some that I've worked on, I'll tape the edges of them and hold them down. But we just thought it would be fun to show y'all that how to use this plate, your charger, how cute the wood charger is, and whoever. Let me see. Somebody's saying, where did you get the charger? This was at an estate sale. But all the chargers don't have to be the same.
Nope.
They don't. They can all be different, because some of mine might look like this table setting. It's not about everything being the same, guys. This is about you using your creativity and making it look any way you want. And we've just got so many great new fall and Halloween stencils. We thought it would be fun to pop on here and say, start crafting a beautiful life.
Absolutely. Bye, friends.
Bye. Have a great Monday, everybody.